Dear fellow Singaporeans and supporters of Workers' Party, good evening. My name is Ron Tan Jun Yen, and I am a candidate for Nisun GRC. 大家晚上好，我叫陈俊元，是义顺局选区的候选人。晚上好。It was during my time volunteering in the ground as a case writer at the MPS with Mr. Peng Eng Huat in Hougang that when I experienced the despair and frustration of families affected by certain policies, I empathized with their situations, and I felt that I should be doing more to assist them, to seek equality and a fairer system for affected families. I believe that no family or child should be disadvantaged by their background, and that family is one of the foundations of our country. Singaporeans are rightly proud of our country's achievements. We are world beaters in many areas. Changi is the #1 airport in the world. Our port is one of the world's busiest and best. The World Bank has ranked our country #1 for ease of doing business several years in a row. But there is one area which we should not be too proud of. The Straits Times reported earlier this year that Singaporeans continue to suffer the longest working hours in the world. Is that correct? In 2014, we averaged nearly 2,400 hours of work a year. Singapore has held this unfortunate distinction for some time now. Our working hours are nearly 30% more than in Japan and 50% more than Switzerland. So, we must ask Mr. Goh, where is our Swiss standard of living? Yet, for all that hard work, we are constantly told that we are not hungry enough, not anxious enough, not productive enough. We're told to work better, work faster, and deliver results. We are told, as usual, to prioritize growth. Otherwise, life will not get any better. We were recently urged, if you do not grow, there is no way to make ourselves better. But how much is enough? 2,400 hours a year means that Singaporeans are working more than 9 hours every day, assuming no public holidays, and you don't take one single day off. How is life going to get better if you're working 10 hours, 11 hours, or even 12 hours a day? The problem with prioritizing growth above everything else is that the important things in life, things not included in the measurement of the GDP, such as time spent with families, time spent with our kids, time spent on hobbies, on forging bonds within our communities. The very things that make life worth living are neglected. Economists have argued that growth and increases in income have stopped contributing much to well-being in rich countries. Instead, the quality of growth has fallen as inequality has increased, leading to social and health problems, from weakening community bonds to poorer mental health. This is why the Workers' Party is calling for greater efforts to achieve a balanced family life. We believe that a fulfilling family life is not only vital for the well-being of individual Singaporeans, but ultimately contributes to stronger families and communities. A holistic, long-term approach, rather than the narrow, short-term fixes suggested by our government, is needed. The Workers' Party believes in improving the quality of life for individuals and families. This will involve not only enhancing work-life harmony, but strengthening the financial security of our households. Currently, the balance is tilted towards working to ensure financial security for the family, but at what cost? The quality of family life suffers. Things need to change. The Economist magazine argued recently that evidence from different countries shows that making it easier to combine work and parenting is the most sensible strategy for encouraging families. To this end, it is important that Singaporeans are empowered to work with their employers to achieve work-life harmony without compromising their financial security. So what do we call for? We call for fair regulation of mandatory flexi work arrangements. We call for employees who work for a company with more than 20 employees for more than 6 months should be allowed to make requests for flexible working arrangements. We call for paid childcare leave to be extended from the current 6 days to 12 days for parents of children 12 years old and under, regardless of marital status. Of course, this does not mean you anyhow take leave lah. For the extra 6 days, you must produce your child's medical certificate as proof to your employer. We also call for and propose that more child care and infant care centers should be built to make it easier for parents to get the best support possible for caring for their children. At the same time, we need to ensure that a positive environment is provided for family life in Singapore. No family or child should be disadvantaged by socio-economic background. We propose funds to be allocated to the Child Development Account, the CDA, of all parents automatically, and the amount to be standardized to $10,000 each for each child, instead of the current dollar-for-dollar matching practice. Children from families that are less well off should not be penalized because their parents do not have as much to set aside for them in the CDA. We call for progressive tax credits and reliefs for low to middle income parents of young children up to 18 years old. We reiterate our call to grant single unwed mothers the full 16 weeks of paid maternity leave. In addition, single mothers should be made eligible for both the Working Mothers Child Relief as well as the Foreign Maid Levy Relief. The same help should be extended to single fathers. Excluding single parents from these schemes unnecessarily penalizes vulnerable children and parents. Being a single parent is not easy, especially if you are a single mother in Singapore, where the policies insist on stigmatizing you. My fellow Singaporeans, we are an overworked people. Is this the direction that we want for our country? No. We can do so much more to support our families and empower our children. Let us work towards a better future together. Our future, our children's future. Let us be empowered towards our shared future. Come polling day, you have the power to send a clear message to the ruling party. Vote so your children will have a voice. Empower your future. Vote Workers' Party. 掌握民权，把握未来。